Hi, and welcome to this throat chakra yin practice. Our throat chakra is an energy center located right in around the throat area. This chakra, Vishuddha, has to do with communication, vocally, and also acceptance of communication from others. So when this feels open and balanced and flowing freely, then we feel connected to our authentic truth. We feel comfortable sharing our voice, and we feel comfortable hearing other people's voices and opinions. If we're feeling blocked here, we may be stuck in not being able to share our voice, or if we're feeling a little bit excessive, maybe we're oversharing our opinion and forming judgments about others or gossiping. So today we're just going to focus on releasing that energy and having it flow a little bit freely. As always, listen to your body and don't move it in any way that feels unsafe for you. So find a nice comfortable seat. We're going to root down through the sits bones, and we're just going to begin with some gentle movement in the neck, starting with dropping chin towards chest, and then gently lifting chin back up, maybe even rising it up towards the ceiling, avoiding compression feeling in the back of the spine, but just finding some opening through the throat. So as we exhale, we can drop down, closing off through this energy center, and inhale, opening. The next time we drop chin to chest, let's stay here for 3 cycles of breath. On our next inhale, gently lengthening up, feeling the energy beginning to flow back through that heart center. Gentle lift of the chin, keeping the shoulders down and back. Let's stay here in this open position for 3 breaths. Without judgment of self, maybe just notice how this opening feels. Does it feel difficult? Is there a lot of resistance? We're not going to force it, but just becoming aware if we're physically closed off this part of our body, then we're likely energetically not flowing as well as we could here too. Exhale, let's drop chin back to chest. Just begin to find some gentle circles in the neck. Not forcing any movements, and just make sure we're rotating both ways. Beginning to work with our breath a little bit more intentionally as we inhale, draw that breath down into the depths of the body, feeling it flow through our throat. Inhale through the nose, and as we exhale, sighing out through the mouth. Audible sigh. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, release any trapped energy. One more time through here. Good. Taking it a little bit further into our lion's breath. So nice big inhales as we were. This time on our exhale, a sigh out, but we can also let our mouth hang, or tongue hang right out of our mouths. Really sawing that breath out, relaxing through the throat, and kind of that sound like when we're sticking our tongue out at the doctor when they're checking the back of the throat. So you can stay seated really comfortably, or you can come on to hands and knees position here for our lion's breath. So nice big deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more cycle here. Good. Just returning to a nice natural breath, knowing that you can return to that lion's breath or the side breath anytime you need. Let's begin to find our cat-cow. Inhaling, we'll drop the belly, lengthening up through the front of the body, really focused on lifting the chin, opening the throat. Exhale, let's tuck that tailbone, rounding it through. Chin comes into chest, crown of head hangs down. Inhale as we're opening up through the front of the body, through the front of the throat. Exhale. Closing off. Inhale, opening. Exhale. Closing. So when we're working to free energy, we want to not only focus just on the opening, but also by closing off and pinching that energy, you can allow anything that's kind of stuck the next time we open it to really shift and move. Let's return to our nice tabletop position. We're going to move into a puppy dog pose, really focusing on the opening of our throat. So begin to walk those arms out in front of you. You can either drop the forearms down to the mat space, bringing a prop in front of you, thinking about dropping the chin so you can have that prop at whatever heights you feel supported. But we want the gaze forward. Alternatively, we can walk those hands a little further, thinking about dropping chin and chest to mat, to gazing forward. Ensuring that the neck feels supported and held here in puppy dog. We don't need to drop into a really intense variation. So support the body any way you need with your props so you feel safe. Allow that breath to flow. Using the exhales to release the resistance. Bring yourself back into alignment with our truth. Allowing ourselves to share our voice and to welcome the voice of others. Let's be here for 5 more cycles of breath. Making our way out slowly, gradually, as we return back to a tabletop position. Maybe taking a moment to move through a couple cycles of your cat-cow. And then making our way into our rock pose, we're going to keep the knees about hip width apart, sitting our hips back to our heels, using any props required so we feel really supported. And we're gonna drop the chin right in towards the chest here as we bring either the forehead or the crown of the head down towards the mat or a prop. And then running the arms alongside the body. Reach back towards the ankles, the feet. Connect with the breath. Two more breaths here. Slowly beginning to bring the hands up underneath of the shoulders. Let's press ourselves back up to that tabletop position. Once again, maybe finding a little bit of movement here, cat-cow, or simply just opening up through that throat once again for a breath or two. And sitting back onto the heels. Let's shift the weight to one side, coming through seated. And then we're going to invite ourselves all the way down onto our backs here. And keeping props handy, we're going to move into a supported bridge position. So either block or bolster. As we press into the soles of the feet, let's lift the hips, sliding the prop underneath of the hips. So we're going to get a little bit of opening through the hips here, but we want to focus our awareness or attention to what's happening at the throat chakra, or Vishuddha. Thinking about the gentle tuck of the chin, shoulders are pulled down and back. Arms can be resting to the belly or alongside the body. So once again, energetically, just closing off through the area of the throat chakra. Allowing that energy or the breath to shift the energy. Maybe moving back to that sigh breath. If you are wanting a little bit more here, you can always add in a second block. Really focusing on the body near the throat chakra, but also ensuring that alignment and positioning feels safe in the rest of the body as well. I should mention too, it's maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing shape when we're drawing the chin right into chest and we can feel the fold of the skin and flesh around us. So try not to get caught up or worried about that, of how the shape looks, but we're really focusing on shifting and releasing blocked energy or drawing that chakra further into alignment. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Carefully releasing ourselves from this shape, we'll press to the soles of the feet, slide the props out of the way, gently releasing the hips back down and just taking a moment to open up through the throat, maybe stretch legs long, stretch arms long. Our final shape here in our practice will be a fish or supported fish shape. So this shape is often done as a heart opener, which you're going to get that heart opening, but we're also really going to be focusing on through the opening through the throat. So a couple of variations available here. If we want to take a more active version, we can bring our hands up under our sits bones and then gently beginning to draw the chest up as we invite the elbows underneath of the shoulders. From here, gently releasing the chin up towards the ceiling, opening through the throat. For a lot of people, fish shape can be uncomfortable for the neck or just feel pretty intense. So if that's where you're at, which is often where I'm at, so don't judge it, but let's just choose a supported variation. So we can use block or bolster underneath of the shoulder blades to provide that supportive position, and then just gently lifting the chin. So for some of us, shoulder blades higher than the back of the head might even feel a little too intense or might feel uncomfortable for the neck. So we could also place the block under the head if we choose. But wherever we are, we want to find that throat opening. So even if we're using our props and supportive here, we don't want to close off through the throat. So find your version. We're going to be here for about 10 cycles of breath. Feeling that opening through the front of the neck, through the throat. Inviting alignment into the throat chakra. Connecting with our truth. Giving ourselves the permission to own and speak our truth. Speak authentically and with integrity, and also to freely hold the space for others to speak authentically, to share their truths without judgment. Staying connected with the breath, allowing that energy, that blocked energy, to release. We're a little underactive in the throat chakra. Maybe it's inviting in more energy. Find 2 more cycles of breath. We want to move out of this shape gently and carefully. If you're in your fish shape without any props, just gently beginning to draw chin to chest, lowering yourself back to the mat. If we're working with props here, just that gentle tuck of the chin or lengthening through the back of the spine. So we're protecting the neck. And then just rolling off to one side. We can slide our prop out of the way. Coming right back onto our backs here as we begin to settle into our resting position, our Shavasana. And you can choose a placement of the throat here for Shavasana if you feel like you're needing to just close off, if the energy is flowing a little bit too crazy, then just a little gentle tuck of the chin here. If we're still feeling like we need to open things a little bit more, then just that subtle, gentle lift of the chin. Letting the body rest heavy. Allowing yourself to drop into this place of deep rest and relaxation. We continue to invite our throat chakra to realign, to move and flow at the pace and rhythm that is right for you and your energy. I'll encourage you to remain here in your Shavasana for as long as you like, as long as you need. Thank you for practicing with me here today. Namaste.